It's probably better to start the story from the beginning. My name is Dirk Smit and I'm an adventure travel filmmaker. As a young kid, adventure was always a priority. My school marks showed that. Growing older, I always wanted to spark my creativity. Fast forward years later, I managed to do a TV show traveling right across South Africa in a yellow Fleetline bus. That ended. From there on out, I knew my career would have to be adventure driven. COVID hit, the world as we know it changed forever. That didn't stop me. I was fortunate enough to work with a brand and my job was to build their YouTube channel and go on epic adventures. Dream job, right? Unfortunately, that ended. So it was time to start something on my own. This is why this vehicle is so important to me. It's my own, and this YouTube channel is my own. And I'm damn proud to share this journey with you. Firstly, thank you so much to all my subscribers. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for supporting me and the wonderful comments. If you haven't subscribed yet, there's a lot of new adventures coming. This is not my main job. My main job is actually in the documentary space and TV space. But as I get time, I will go on some epic adventures and me and Nina will make sure that you are entertained throughout Southern Africa. Now, in the past year that I've had this vehicle, a lot of people have asked me, what have you done specifically to it and what modifications have you put on the vehicle? And why did you choose the Nissan Navara? Now, my thoughts on the vehicle itself I'll reveal at the end of the video because I've had it for a year and I have thoughts on it. But the modifications specifically and what I've done specifically to this car is what's important for this build video for now. So I'm going to run you through from the front to the back what I've done to this vehicle, and I hope you enjoy my Nissan Navara Nina build. And I just wanted to say a massive thank you to the guys from Opposite Lock and Tough Dog, Daryl. Thank you so much for kickstarting this journey. It's been a long time coming and we are finally done, more or less, to the vehicle, and I'm super happy with it. So let's get right into it. Most of the build was handled by Econolift Suspensions in the East Rand of Johannesburg. My first step of the build was adding Tough Dog suspension. Knowing that I'd be adding a whole lot of weight to this car, uprated suspension was a must for me. The second step was adding the bull bar. Hammer's bull bar proved to be the best choice for me to add to the Navara. One of the best features of the Navara is the look, and the bull bar does it justice and doesn't take away from it. The Light Force Beasts was the next addition. Spotlights are in no way a must for an overlanding vehicle, but it adds to the badass factor, and it does help when traveling in the dark roads of Southern Africa. So right in the front we have the Hammer King Series bull bar. And what I like about this bull bar is it complements the Nissan's grille and the front end of this vehicle, because I think that's probably the best feature of this vehicle. It's really, really stunning from the front and it doesn't hide the good features of it. So now with this bull bar, you can install a winch. I haven't yet, but maybe at a later stage. And at the bottom, you have rated recovery points that are attached to the chassis. So that's very good to have. And it's overall a really good looking bull bar. You have some lights on the side here. And on this bull bar specifically, we've also put on the Light Force Beasts. So these lights are absolutely incredible. They've got 3 different settings and you get these amber covers that you can actually pull off, or you just pull it off here. It's so tight. You actually have the normal white ones that you can put on, but I think these ones are very cool and it actually fits the bakkie, and I've kind of went with the orange theme on this, so you'll see more at the back of the orange going through. Now, staying at the front, a couple of things I want to talk about. Right underneath here we have the hammer protection plates. This is a 3-piece plate, and of course very important in overlanding to protect the necessary underneath your car, and it looks really good. I like that reddish color with the Hammer logo. Then, very important, the suspension. The Tough Dog suspension has been epic. So once you start loading a vehicle, you don't have to, but you can uprate your suspension because you're actually putting on a lot of weight with all these extras. And this suspension, even before I started loading the car, was just great. I've taken it to Wangi and I've taken it to Botswana and even routes in South Africa, and the ride has been nice. So then we have the tires. I've gone with the Max's Razor tires, and I went a bit bigger than the normal tires, so I went 265 70 17, and so far so good. I've just recently put them on because Nina asked me to, and they've been good, and it actually looks good on the car. It gives it a bit of a more badass feel. So let's move on to the next section. So no overlanding vehicle is complete without a snorkel. So this is the safari snorkel for the Nissan Navara, and it took some doing getting this thing installed. You can ask the guys from Econolift Suspensions, Damien, Alec and Norman. Thank you so much for helping me with this entire build of this vehicle. If you're ever looking at building your overlanding vehicle, those are the guys to speak to. They basically built this entire thing. And many argue a snorkel is for water crossings. Yes, it does help, but a snorkel is actually there to take the intake of your car from a dusty, messy area and just raising it above to give your engine some nice, cool, clean air. So let's move on to the next section. Right, at the top of the vehicle, we've got two front runner roof racks. Now, front runners roof racks are very modular, so you can put all kinds of stuff on them. So this one it's a small bracket that holds the light force utility light. That's a small little amber light, and that's very nice when you arrive at camp to put those lights on to have a bit of light. And I've also got them underneath the car. These ones are amber, the ones at the bottom are white, and it kind of gives a Fast and Furious vibe, lighting under the car. How cool is that? On top of the cab's front runner roof rack, we have two 20-litre jerry cans. And on the other side, we have a water tank, 42-litre water tank from front runner. I love that water tank because it's kind of out of the way. It doesn't take space in the car. You can use it for drinking water, you can use it for showering, or you can use it for filling up plastic pistols and having a water gun fight, whatever you choose. At the front of the roof rack, I kind of keep that open for firewood and stuff like that. I'm still figuring out how I put these things. So how do I change them up for each trip? What works, what doesn't? But I kind of always want to have an open space on my roof rack for, say for instance, firewood, or if you need to pick up something and just strap it to the roof. Now in the front, we've also got 3 Viper lights from Lightforce. Now what's great about them is they kind of help the spotlights. So the spotlights fill a massive, it's got a massive radius of fill. But those 3 top lights just add to the picture and it fills it up nicely. Also amber lights at the top, and they work really, really well. Now with front runner roof racks, you also get these small brackets for like a shovel. You can do many other things to it. For me, this is the setup I'm currently going with, and we can go to the back of the car to see what's next on the build. Now there's a hell of a lot happening at the back of the car and obviously going to the canopy. But I'm going to start right at the top with the iCamper Skycamp Mini. It is the best rooftop tent that I've ever owned in my life. Reasons for it: it's got loads of space inside. It's got a nice little window you can look through at the top. It sets up very easily. It sets down very easily, so it doesn't take a lot of time, and it's super comfortable. You can actually get a mattress that's a blow-up mattress that you can buy extra if you don't like the one that's inside already. Not that that one's bad, I like it, but the one that you blow up, it's an inflatable mattress, is very comfortable. And if you deflate it, you can actually put your bedding inside, which is a great plus. I love this tent, it's amazing. So the iCamper is, it's probably one of the best additions to this vehicle. Then the roof rack at the back of the cab, that obviously carries the tent. And then we've also a little bracket here, that's the Light Force utility light. So we've got 4 of them right around the vehicle. So you kind of get nice coverage with light. Then what I've decided to go for with the Navara canopy wise is bush deck canopies. Now bush deck canopies, I've walked a long road with them and they absolutely make the best canopies in South Africa, hands down for me. So it's a nice aluminium canopy. On the inside, it's got 2 windows, well, 2 brackets that you have your kitchen or your electronics. I'll show you what's going on inside now. But still sticking to the canopy, it does have insulation, so it can actually bring your temperature down inside of your cab by 10 to 15 degrees, which is great because I'm running a fridge at the back, so the fridge doesn't, run very hot. And what's nice about this vehicle that I thought I'd do is having the Max Tracks on the outside of the vehicle. It just looks cool, it's quickly accessible. You do get like little locks that you can put on them, so because these are quite expensive. So if your vehicle is standing somewhere, these can be ripped off quite quickly. I like the orange color, once again going with the orange theme, and it's a nice thing to have when you're out in the bush, especially in sand, thick sand, to get yourself out of trouble. Now, where the magic really happens is on the inside of this canopy. So you've got 2 latches that you can obviously lock, but this is where the magic happens. So with the bush deck canopy, you've got a nice amber light and a white light on the inside to see what you're doing while you're overlanding and camping in dark places. And then on the inside, we have the 230 amp hour Adventure X lithium battery. Now the guys from Econolift have done a stunning job in mounting it because it's kind of a dead space in the car. So they built this beautiful bracket for it to hang down, and it's out of the way. And this battery has been nothing short of amazing because I've had a few cycles on it and it just lasts. It's way more than enough power than I need. And obviously charging batteries and camera batteries, that is essential, and keeping the fridge running. So Bushtec have this thing called a gun box. So that's nice storage, things that you kind of don't want access to very quickly. So ratchet straps, recovery gear, things that you don't pull out every day. So I kind of use that space for things like that. And then on top of this, you can actually put in ammo crates or ammo boxes, and you can strap them down because they've got these nice eyelids. And I've got normally like little rubber straps that I strap them to. And for me, I've got loads of things that I take on tour with because I've got cameras, I've got lenses, I've got clothing bags, I've got sleeping, bedding. So you kind of want to utilize as much as possible out of your vehicle. So when I'm on tour, and especially a long tour, this vehicle sits pretty full. But the reason I put the gun box here in the front, and I've got a cab slider, a front runner cab slider at the back, which I'll show you now. The reason that I've built it like this is because this is kind of a hybrid vehicle. So my daily job is lighting and filming interviews. So a lot of lighting takes up a lot of space. So what I can do is I can just take out the fridge, and then I have a bakkie in space. So I can put my lights in there. So normally people would put in drawer systems or stuff like that. This system works for me because it's a hybrid system. This is a working vehicle for my personal work and then an overlanding vehicle. But let me show you the back with the cab slide that comes out and how it works. Right, at the back of the vehicle, we have a front runner table that slides underneath the roof rack. It's got a small lock on it so people don't steal my table. And a Light Force light. This is quite a bright one, so it kind of lights up the entire area at the back because once you're at camp, you kind of at the back of your car a lot because the fridge is there. But this is what I love. So this is once again utilizing space properly. So this is the front runner cab slider. It slides out very nicely like that. And this is the Dometic CFX 75 litre fridge, and I love this fridge because once you start it, it's within minutes this thing goes cold. So you've got two sections in the fridge. You can decide which one you want as a freezer or a fridge. And it's got an app, so you can change the temperatures on the app. The menu and stuff is very user friendly, and it looks cool. I love the color. So I strapped this kind of here at the front, so I have quick access to what I need in the fridge. And with this cab slider, you also have a drop-down table, which you can't really see now, but I'll get some shots of it. But it's got a nice wooden plate that comes out at the bottom. So if you want to have a quick lunch or make some dinner at night, it's very user friendly. And then what's also cool is there's lots of space here at the front. Now with the gun box in the front, if you put ammo boxes here at the back and you strap them tightly, they actually fit perfectly underneath that gun box. So once again, just great use of space. Right, to the left-hand side of the vehicle, pretty much the same with the Max Tracks on this side, but up top we have the Alucab Shadow Awning, and that's a 270-degree awning, and this is the 2-meter version. It is great. I absolutely love it because it's so quick to set up, and it does have poles, so you can actually strap it down when wind picks up. But this thing is so nice because if you stop to the side of the road while traveling in Africa and you want to make a quick coffee, you do have shade. But on the left-hand side of the canopy, we have Dirk's coffee station. Would you like a coffee? Sorry, unfortunately we don't do decaf, but maybe next time I can make a plan for you. So we have my kettle, we have a little plunger, and we have the AeroPress, a couple of cups, and then two like little plastic containers where I normally put in like maybe tea or coffee or sugar. I don't actually take sugar, I actually take honey. Don't know what I'm going to do about that, but we'll make a plan. So underneath there is the spoons, the knives and forks, and my plates I would normally have in the gun box this side to have quick access to them. But Dirk's coffee station is absolutely remarkable because I love coffee and it's quick access and it's very easy to use and everything kind of has its place. So this is basically the canopy and the vehicle, but we're going to go on the inside of the vehicle now. But before I go there, on the bottom of the vehicle there is a aftermarket exhaust. So I'm going to cut to the previous sound of the standard exhaust and then the sound afterwards, but listen to this quickly. So why did I fit a aftermarket exhaust? So this specific exhaust is from De Graaf. The first being it sounds rad, and the second being it does give my engine a bit of better performance, and the turbo in the engine also works a bit better because it can exert the gases much better. It does have a performance enhancement, but not by much. But it's more or less for me about the sound and that turbo lag. So that helps for that, because I found with the Navara, especially in the low gears, it sometimes searches for the turbo to kick in, and the exhaust helps that a bit. So I've noticed a small difference, but it does make a difference, and I absolutely love the sound of the exhaust. So now to the inside of the vehicle, where I can chat you through what's going on the inside, because it's pretty rad. Right, the inside of the car. I'm going to start out with the Tacla seat covers. The car's not clean at the moment, but I mean, what kind of overlanding vehicle is clean all the time? So the Tacla seat covers are amazing. I think that they are the best in the business. They have the full Alcantara range in the car here, and they've even embroidered my little logo, the cute robot, and I absolutely adore that. The dash cover has 2 pockets, and I use that all the time for different things. And the gearbox cover as well, they've got pockets here that you can just put stuff into. The center console is covered. The back seats, actually on the back side of them, have pockets for like little cups and stuff you can put in there. And it's got pockets at the back of the seat as well. And in the front of your bottom seat, or the bottom of your front seat, there is pouches. And I put stuff in here all the time. I've got loads of stuff. What do I have in here? Sunscreen and a hammer. Essential for overlanding. So I absolutely adore Tekla. So at the top we have the Outback 4-wheel drive module. So this is basically a module that you can put on the top of your car. It's got a place for your radio. It does have a nice little drop down tray, and it does have lights that, not switching, there we go. Extra lights in the cab of your car. So this is just, once again, extra space and storage for the inside of your car. Then I've got the Wolfbox G900 Pro digital mirror. I've done a review on that on my previous Wangi video, so check that out. And then I've got a switch panel up top here. I think that can be bought from Opposite Lock as well. So you've got all the different switches for your lights. So I've got my left-hand side, I've got my right-hand side, I've got my roof lights, I've got my underbody lights, and I've got a switch for the radio, because the radio I've connected to my secondary battery. And the reason for that is you tend to leave your radio on. So I'd rather have the secondary battery drained instead of the main starter battery. And then I've got a little intervolt indicator here for my 2 batteries. And the intervolt system is something that you should really consider. So it's this smart little device that actually controls your alternator going into your batteries and charges it at the most optimal level, if I understand that correctly. I'm not a very technical guy, but this intervolt system works great in the car. And anything else in the car that I can see, I think that's about it for the inside of the car. I haven't done any aftermarket sound yet. That's probably on the cards, and some insulation on the inside of the car, because with your roof racks and everything, noise does become a problem, even with tires. So insulating the cab is probably one of my next steps, and then upgrading the sound system, because I love music. So that's the inside of the car, and that's more or less the Bakkie build, the Navara build. And I'm gonna give you my note on what do I think of the Navara and why I bought the Navara. Let's have a chat.
A quick ad break before we get to the conclusion.
What we have here is the Wolfbox Super Power Turbofan Megaflow 200. This thing is amazing. Let's unbox it. So what do you get inside of the box? Well, there are a couple of different nozzles for different applications. So the nozzle actually detaches very easily. You just twist it, comes off, and you could put a different one in. And what's really cool about this model, it's got a detachable battery. So you can buy an extra battery and keep that on charge. It does charge with a USB-C, and it does come with a cable. That feels cool. And to power the unit, you would press the power button at the back, hold it in, and then there are 3 lights. Now these lights indicate the different speeds of the turbofan. So the first one is a real nice setting, because you just have to press it once and it activates. It's not too harsh. See my hair there? Number 2, let's test that out. Also just one press. Sounds like a mini jet, I love it. And the third setting, you would have to hold the button in to activate it. But this thing is immensely powerful, so just like hear it. That is insane.
That is ridiculous.
And the longer one is for inflating or deflating something like a blow-up mattress. Now it's really cool, inside of the box you get a nice pouch to keep everything inside of it. Closes up nicely. So another important use for this tool is to start fires faster, especially when wood is wet. Also with charcoal, if the people are moaning the braai hasn't started yet, well, this thing is your friend. So another thing that I'm very excited about this Wolfbox Turbofan Megaflow 200 is cleaning camera equipment. It's gonna do so much for my OCD. You can buy this off Takealot, or you can go to Wolfbox's website, wolfbox.co.za, and I have a discount code for you. So the discount code would be FUNDPATOF, that's spaces in between, and that's a 10% discount when you buy any Wolfbox product on their website. So that's basically it for the Nissan Navara Nina build. I'm super happy on the way this car turned out. I think it looks rad. All of the accessories fitted to this car is there to make my life easier. Doing content and traveling into Africa and shooting is no easy feat. If anyone tells you that it's easy, they're lying to you. I want to do this full time at some stage, but it's a bit of a process getting there, but we will get there. I just wanted to say a massive thank you to all of the sponsors and everybody that made my dream come true of my overlanding journey. I appreciate you guys and thank you so much for being on board with this. So lots of awesome adventures coming onto this channel, I promise you that. It's just a matter of time. But I wanted to get back to the question of why did I buy a Nissan Navara, especially being a massive Toyota fan. So I've been a Toyota fan for so long and I've actually never owned a Toyota. I did spend a lot of time in a Toyota for about 4 years creating content, and there's a couple of reasons why I bought this vehicle. The first reason is it's a good looking vehicle. You can't not see that this is a good looking vehicle. I think it's one of the most epic looking vehicles in its space. The second thing is it's got a really good ride. It's very comfortable. It's got a reliable engine, and there is that worry of Nissan in South Africa, but for the immediate future, I don't worry about that for now. The other thing is, which was a major consideration because I actually almost bought myself a Hilux, but the reason I didn't buy myself a Hilux is because of the work I do. I don't want my car to be stolen. That's basically the main reason for that consideration, because theft is a real thing in South Africa and I stay in Johannesburg. And not that this car is not going to get stolen, it's just Toyotas kind of have a target on them. So I see myself owning a Toyota in the future, but for now I'm super happy with this car and I think it's great value for money. In the past year that I've owned this car, nothing major has gone wrong. It's been great. And is it a perfect car? Absolutely not. There's a few things that I would change on it, but I mean, that's what you get. The inside of the vehicle is not great. It's very medium. So the turbo lag is a real thing in the Navara, especially in the low gears. It tends to kick in a bit late for my liking. You know, stuff like cup holders and the silver lining around the gear shift that reflects into your eyes once the sun gets a hold of it. You know, those are things that I don't like about the vehicle. But I mean, you know, tit for tat, you kind of deal with those issues and you try and circumvent them. But for now, in my era of my life, I'm very happy with this vehicle. I love it and I love looking at it. Just walking outside and seeing my car, I'm happy with my vehicle. And that's one of the things you need to think about when you're purchasing an overlanding vehicle or just a vehicle in general is, does that vehicle speak to you? Does it make you happy? If you drive it, you don't need to listen to what everyone has to say about a vehicle. Don't let that get you down. I mean, reliability is a major thing, especially in overlanding, but if that car makes you happy, then buy that vehicle and just be happy with your vehicle, because you spend so much time in your vehicle, be it work, be it adventures, be it you know, just life in general. So I am very happy with this vehicle and I look forward to sharing adventures with you with this vehicle and kind of bringing something different to the party in terms of overlanding, because you don't see a lot of Navaras going into Africa. I have seen some of them, but I want to kind of show you what this vehicle is capable of, and I look forward to sharing that with you. So thank you so much for watching, thank you so much for liking my channel, and thank you so much for commenting and supporting my channel. I really appreciate it out of the depths of my heart, and I hope you enjoyed this video and there's some value for you in this video. And I'll link all the products in the description below, so if you do buy yourself a Navara, there's a lot of nice accessories that you can fit to it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next adventure. Bye.